Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised.
I'm not singing Hello Dolly.
Oh, come on. Do it.
Sam, I'm not singing Hello Dolly.
Sing Hello Dolly.
No, you don't even remember the rest of the words.
Hello Dolly.
Hi, I'm AJ Carey. I'm looking for a new co-host. I'm AJ Carey, the voice behind the writing of my amazing sister, Sam Rossi.
Yellers.
And this is Killing 15 Minutes. We're on part 2 of the Manson Family Murders. We're going to give the 15-minute twist to what led to the murders of a rising star, an heiress, a stylist to the stars, a screenwriter, and a teen who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that was Cielo Drive?
Ceilo. Cielo.
Stop trying to make me fucking...
Cielo.
Stop putting the actual address in. And a teen who was in the wrong place at the wrong time on Cielo Drive, Los Angeles, California. Sam is hoping to make this flow. Something I keep telling her she doesn't have. Sam, you have no flow. You ain't got rhythm, and...
I don't got rhythm.
You want to complain about me not adding commas.
Did I not put a comma in there?
See, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, I stopped doing those there.
In late 1967, Manson had created his family and drove a yellow school bus to Los Angeles, California. In the spring of 1968, Dennis Wilson, the drummer of the Beach Boys, picked up 2 hitchhiking Manson girls. This led to the family moving into his house, costing him over $100,000 in damages. Through Dennis's music connections, Charles had a few informal auditions, one in front of Terry Melcher, Doris Day's son and music producer of The Byrds and the Beach Boys. Supposedly, Melcher and his then-girlfriend, Candace Bergen, lived at Cielo Drive, and Manson remembered this. By August of 1968, Manson and his family moved to Spawn Ranch in the hills of Los Angeles. Around February 1969, Manson recorded 10 demos before Melcher stopped returning calls, and suddenly the record deal was dead in the water. He got ghosted in a time when it was so much easier to ghost somebody. Just stop answering the phone.
Take the phone off the hook.
On March 23rd, 1969, Manson showed up at the Cielo Drive address looking for Melcher. He was told that Melcher no longer lived there by Roman Polanski, husband to the very pregnant Sharon Tate. This gave Manson a chance to get an idea of the layout of the house. July 5th through 10th, 1969, Manson tried to kickstart another record deal, but all his contacts were dried up. On July 16th, Melcher supposedly showed up to the ranch to make sure that Manson was no longer a threat. Manson called this Judgment Day, feeling betrayed by the music producer. The end of July saw the police pressuring the family about stolen auto parts and dune buggies. Spawn Ranch is put under surveillance at that time. The beginning of August saw a death list being created with the people and locations of those that wronged him. Supposedly, Cielo Drive address was chosen because Melcher had lived there. On August 8th, 1969, a murder team was sent to kill the inhabitants of Cielo Drive. Tex Watson, Susan Atkins, and Patricia Krenwinkel were driven by Linda Kasabian. Why do I always say that wrong?
I don't know. You had this weird accent to Kasabian. I need you to Americanize it. Stop adding accents.
Jack Lapidus, Tex Watson, Susan Atkins, and Patricia Krenwinkel were driven by Linda Kasabian to Cielo Drive. All 4 members of the family snuck up the long driveway towards the house. On the way, Stephen Plant was just getting on the main drive while leaving the guest house after purchasing a radio from William Garrettson, the property's caretaker. After Plant was shot in his car, Kasabian turned back to the car. Once inside the house, the murder trio came upon Wojciech Frykowski, the childhood friend of Roman Polanski, who was sleeping on the couch. He was the first to be attacked and killed. Jay Sebring, the hairstylist to the stars, was killed defending Sharon Tate and her unborn son. Abigail Folger, heiress to the coffee empire, tried to flee. She was caught in the backyard and killed. Sharon Tate, rising movie star, and who had made guest appearances on Green Acres. Not Green Acres, the other one.
Petticoat Junction?
Sharon Tate, rising movie star, who most people knew from independent films, or her special guest appearances as a secretary in Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And her son were killed last night. And her son were killed last.
It was night.
I figure. Let's not laugh at the murders. Upon reflecting on our early episodes, we come off drunk and disorganized and a bit really cold and callous.
Hey, does that look like a face now with the coffee grounds?
No. The murders themselves were gruesome, and we do not go into details here. It is something that I've yelled at Sam about. Have I yelled at you about that?
Going into some details, yes.
Some details I'm fine with.
Chikatilo is what pops into my head first.
Well, I didn't yell at you about that.
Have you gotten to those? Yet?
Yes, I yelled at you for comedic effect. I didn't yell directly at you. The only time I ever actually yelled at you about it was when you went into detail about the unsolved the fucking massacre at the bowling alley.
I didn't actually go into much detail with that.
You went into enough details to make me feel bad.
I apologize for this.
No, you don't.
Keep reading.
Anyways, the bodies were found in the morning of August 9th by the housekeeper. Fingerprints were collected, which later will link the death trio to the heinous crimes. Rope from the victims, bullets from multiple victims, writing in blood on the walls that said pig, death to pigs, and helter skelter. Oh, you didn't go into why they wrote helter skelter?
Just keep reading.
On August 10th, bloody clothing and a knife were found in Benedict Canyon. Another piece of physical evidence was a .22 caliber revolver found in Sherman Oaks by a young boy. Between August 16th and October 1969, multiple members of the family were arrested for auto theft. By October of 69, there were no leads to the murder of Sharon Tate and company. They could not find links between all the victims or the reason behind the murders. On October 12th, a raid for members of the family was done on Barker Ranch in Death Valley. It was a known hideaway for the family. Manson was 5'2" and found inside a bathroom sink cabinet. Yes, Sam believes that Michelle is slightly taller than that.
My wife is 5'3". I also don't think she would fit underneath the cabinet.
Depends on the bathroom sink cabinet.
Yeah, that's true, because I've seen the actual picture that he was at. You sit there and you go, how did you fit in there?
Well, he was 5'2" and gangly as shit.
Gangly as shit.
And Sam cannot picture her in such a confined space. This is a PSA from AJ. Please don't picture your loved ones in confined spaces. That's weird. Fingerprints were taken. Shortly afterwards, many of the arrested members were released due to a warrant error. The fingerprints were used to then link members of the family to the murder at a later point. Susan Atkins was in jail for an unconnected murder. On November 6, 1969, Atkins told a number of cellmates that she and other members of the family had been the ones to kill Sharon Tate, giving details that only someone there would have known. The information did make it back to investigators, causing the Manson family to be looked at for the Tate murders. By December, Manson, Tex Watson, Susan Atkins, and Linda Kasabian were arrested, with Watson staying in Texas for 2 years. More on that last episode.
Yep.
Manson, Atkins, Kasabian, and Patricia Krenwinkel were tried together. Krenwinkel was charged for the murders of the LaBiancas. We'll be talking about the LaBianca murders in next week's episode, but as of right now, This is us hitting the trial information that we covered last episode. Well, I do know that you missed a few things there. Well, not missed, but...
We go further into Helter Skelter with LaBiancas.
Oh, is that... Because I don't actually know why... Like, I know of the LaBianca murder. I don't know why they were killed, though. Was it a similar reason for this, where it's like...
They were more a random, where the Cielo Drive murders were...
Random by way of they were at the location.
They were at the location, but the location was picked.
Right.
We'll go into why the LaBiancas were picked, but I also explain... I split the two crimes up, and the fact that Cielo Drive had more to do with his music style, with his musical career, than it did with him creepy crawlies, going after people, pretending to,
Oh, so the LaBianca was actually more towards when he was on his I'm gonna kill people stage to create the Helter Skelter, versus the music, which was definitely more just revenge based.
Yes, I believe.
And having heard his music, have you actually heard? I
have heard.
I believe one of the demos, if not all of them, are out there. I've only listened to one, and you know what sucks? It's not horrible for the time period. For the time period,
yeah, it's not bad at all. I have to say,
like, if he wasn't such a creepy son of a bitch, he might have actually had a minor career.
He could have been more known for his musical.
I don't think he would have ever reached the heights of, other people. And what I would say, he was definitely more psychedelic or acid rock.
So it would have put him back. He would put him with the Jefferson Airplane and things like that.
Kind of. Again, he was still in the more indie ground, whereas Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane, or the Alan Parsons Project, which I think is a hoverboat.
I think so too.
It's not.
Whatever you say.
That's a Simpsons joke. But anyways, they were still more in the mainstream.
Yeah.
You could argue that they had some, The point is, we're not talking about music.
Well, we kind of were.
True.
But the other thing I forgot that Terry Melcher was Doris Day's son.
That I also didn't. I didn't either. It's actually one of the fun things, and why, while eventually one day, and you guys who can go on to Patreon to be like, hey, make this show. Right now, we only have a $5 tier, but if enough people turn around and go, wow, I want you guys talking about music, because you guys did, now that's what I call music, so well.
Yeah, so.
But anyways, because there's a lot of interesting things that come with, like, the music, like, because we're on Killing. We're on Killing. But, we've previously covered one or two musical people, or people tied to music.
Yeah, we have done Charles Miller, who was killed.
But there is this really good, and I know you don't want us to do, like, musically 15 minutes, because you don't want to just be Disgraceland.
No, we don't want to be Disgraceland. Disgraceland's awesome from Devil Elvis.
It is awesome. He is awesome.
The other thing is Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Had to take. She was living in Los Angeles.
Are you sure you're not thinking about Angela Lansbury?
Is it Angela Lansbury?
It's Angela Lansbury,
yes,
whose daughter
son.
was. Oh, it was son, because he was also into the drug scene.
Yep, where she took him back to London and
Ireland, I believe it was. They actually moved to Ireland.
They moved to the UK
and Ireland. Long story short.
All right, so back to the Cielo Drive murders.
So anyways, Cielo Drive murders. There's an interesting thing to talk about when it comes to Cielo Drive murders, and I'm not sure if we're going to get into it since we're already at 15 minutes into the record, but we've got a few things we can edit, is how deep into American mythology it is now.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's one of those murders that, because Sharon Tate, while she wasn't...
Her husband was more famous than she was.
But at the same time, it was a rising thing. It would have been like if, hypothetically, God forbid, Selena Gomez was murdered. Like right before Wizards of Waverly Place.
I would have done right after Wizards, because she has done a lot of things since Wizards.
True. But probably, but that's also a very bad example. Let's not actually
Drew Barrymore? Think if she had died during her drug days. She would never have been a...
She would never have had a talk show. You're right. She wouldn't
have had a lot of her movies. But it is one of those things where it's like an up-and-coming actress that people are going, wow, she's got a,
Jenna Ortega, for instance.
Okay, yes.
I think that might be a slightly better person to compare her to.
Because Jenna Ortega came out of nowhere and became a big star.
Well, she also had the Disney push. But...
I didn't know Jenna Ortega was in Disney.
Yes, she was actually in... Oh, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Stuck in the Middle is the Disney show that she was in for like a season and a half.
Okay.
She played the younger sister.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh no, she played the leading role of Harley Diaz in the Disney channels. But again, it was a small show.
Yes, it's not one that I know off the top of my head.
No, it might have had 3 seasons because it ran from 2016 to 2018.
Oh, that's why I don't know it. I stopped watching Disney Channel.
But no, she actually her first acting professionally was as a younger version of Jane in the CW comedy drama Jane the Virgin. Neat.
With America Ferrera?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, no, wait, was it America Ferrera?
I'm 90%
I thought America.
sure.
No, Gina Rodriguez was Jane the Virgin. Virgin. Ugly Betty was America Ferrera.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
But anyways, sorry, completely pointless. And we're also using child actors, which is 1, icky, and 2, not really right.
See, that's why I picked Drew Barrymore, because she
was a child actress, though.
Right. But you stop for a minute and go, she was a child actress and was considered a rising star at the time.
But the problem there is that she had huge things. Sharon Tate didn't have a star role. She wasn't even in something super big. I mean, yes, Beverly Hillbillies is huge, but she was in a minute of a scene, as just a quick walk on.
Right, which I understand. I'm just saying that if we're going to pick somebody who...
Point is, it feels icky that we're even picking people, so let's skip that fact.
Okay. So anyways.
Point is that she was a known person. It's sort of like when you turn around and go, oh, I remember seeing this person. You know what I mean?
Jason David Franks.
Sure.
Do you know who he is?
Yes, I'm very familiar with famed MMA fighter Jason David Frank. Yeah, I went fucking there.
You went there. I just recently watched something about the Power Rangers. It's the only reason I had it on my mind.
But anyways, but it's sort of like that. If you saw someone like, but it would be that sort of thing where it was, she was a rising star.
Yes.
There was definitely something there that would have had this not happen. She would have been a star. I don't even remember what point we were talking about.
I don't either.
Oh, it was ingrained in American mythology because you had a rising star, you had a senseless crime. And even like you brought up in your thing, it wasn't, bad crime happened, we figured it out in a week.
No.
It was a mystery for such a time. And then you have people who mythologize it because Charles Manson became a myth. Or like mythology.
He was folklore.
The fact that you started, the first thing. The one thing out of everything, I know the Charles Manson case. I've seen so many different things about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was 5 fucking 2.
Do you know? When that popped up, I'll be honest, I ChatGPT'd random facts about Charles Manson. Unknown facts about Charles Manson.
Did you double check to make sure they were real facts?
Yes, I double checked to make sure they were real facts and not just somebody posting on Wikipedia. This came from actual.
Okay.
So 5'2", and I'm like, 5'2", are you fucking kidding me? So I'm like, he was 5'2". And I'm looking at him. I always thought he was taller because there was so much, but how much taller the officers were.
Right. You thought we talked about this in the last episode.
Yeah, we did.
Where it was like, well, if he's 5'8" and they're 6 foot tall, no shit, it's gonna feel. Not to mention if you've got, depending on how they take the picture
and everything. Yeah, you got options. And
but that's sort of it. It's like, it is so fascinating to look back and be like, I understand. If you want to learn more about the specifics of the Tate murders, like how bad it was and everything like that, everyone has talked about this.
I personally recommend reading the Helter Skelter book by what is it? The freaking
We brought him up. He was the lawyer.
He was the lawyer. It starts with a B. I won't remember it now.
That's okay.
Bugosi. No.
It was like Basilia or something.
No. Anyway.
Point is, we said it in the last episode. It's okay. We don't need to talk about it here.
Just look up Helter Skelter. It's a really good book. I have to say, I read it.
There's also,
oh my God, I read it 20 years ago.
Well, I was going to say, there's also been, a billion documentaries.
Oh yeah, I found so many.
Not to mention that really stupid fucking movie, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, starring Hilary Duff. It's terrible. I've been bringing this up that we totally need to watch it. And I want to start a movie day, like a movie thing, over on Patreon, but we need more patrons for me to justify sinking the time into it. It will be funny. Or neat. Because it's the same reason why I would love us to actually talk about Zodiac.
Yes, the Zodiac murders. I can't do that because I don't know.
It's 210.
Oh, I don't know what's real, what's an actual Zodiac kill, and what's a
linked to it. It
not
doesn't
linked.
matter.
I mean, what's the word? Claimed.
Fair. But
All right.
anywho, I've got to go. My son is now home.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next week.
I'm Sam Rossi.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the stuff that appeases the algorithm. I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
Keep on carrying on.
CARE. Because
Carry On Production.